My sister dumped her autistic son on me every day for years, until I discovered why I was the only one who understood him. In my family, the youngest was expected to drop everything at any time, to babysit whatever kid needed watching because you don't have real responsibilities yet. My sister Lauren started dropping her autistic son at our house when I was 14, sometimes literally pushing him through the door mid-meltdown while she reversed out of the driveway. She'd text me from her car that something came up, leaving me with a screaming 3-year-old who couldn't tell me why he was slamming his head against the wall. I didn't understand autism then, only that my sister had decided her kid was my problem now. The arrangement became official during a family dinner where Lauren cried into her pasta about how exhausted she was. Mom rubbed her back while Dad made declarations about family responsibility. They discussed my new schedule like I was furniture they were rearranging, mapping out my afternoons and weekends around Ethan's therapy appointments and Lauren's need for breaks. The expense of special schools meant everyone had to pitch in, they explained. And pitching in meant me giving up everything that made me feel like a normal teenager. By 16, I knew Ethan's routines better than my own class schedule. His sandwiches had to be cut into perfect triangles, no crust, peanut butter spread exactly to the edges. The TV volume could only be set to even numbers. Any deviation from his expected patterns triggered meltdowns that left me with bruises up my arms from trying to keep him from hurting himself or destroying the house. When Lauren saw the marks, she'd wave them away with comments about how he didn't mean it, how I just needed to learn his triggers better. My friends stopped inviting me places after the 5th or 6th time I had to cancel. Sophie's pool party happened without me because Ethan was having a bad day. The school dance came and went while I tried to calm him down from a meltdown about his favorite show being preempted. Driver's ed became impossible because someone needed to be home when his special bus arrived. My social life evaporated while Lauren posted Instagram photos from wine nights with her friends, spa days she desperately needed, weekend trips with whatever boyfriend she had that month. Then Tyler showed up in October and sat behind me in history class. He didn't know I was the girl who always left early, always canceled plans, never made it to anything. We started talking because he needed notes. Then we were hanging out after school by the parking lot while he showed me stupid videos on his phone. I'd have maybe 20 minutes before racing home, but he never made it weird. He'd talk about traveling after graduation, about concerts in cities I'd only seen in movies, about a life that seemed impossibly free. When he invited me to a party on Friday night, I knew better than to hope, but asked anyway. Lauren actually laughed when I brought it up at dinner, a harsh sound that made my stomach drop. She reminded everyone that she had plans that night, that Ethan only tolerated me as a babysitter, that he'd have a complete breakdown if anyone else watched him. Mom immediately agreed, adding comments about selfishness and family duty that I'd heard so many times they'd lost all meaning. The night Tyler ended things, we sat in his car while rain hammered the windshield. He kept his hands on the steering wheel and told me he really liked me, but couldn't compete with my family situation. After he drove away, I walked to my front door through the rain to find Ethan screaming about his chicken nuggets being the wrong shape while Lauren texted from her date about how to handle it. That dinner became my breaking point, and I tried explaining how I was drowning, failing classes because I couldn't study, losing friends because I never showed up, watching my teenage years disappear into endless babysitting sessions. Lauren rolled her eyes and called me dramatic. When I told her to fuck off, the silence that followed felt like a bomb going off. Dad's hand slammed the table hard enough to make the plates jump. The lectures that followed about disappointment and family responsibility blurred together into white noise. Being grounded meant nothing when I was already trapped, but they took my phone and laptop anyway, and the babysitting doubled as punishment for my ingratitude. Since I was home anyway, they reasoned, I might as well be useful. My window became my escape route. First just walking the neighborhood at night, breathing air that didn't smell like juice boxes and meltdowns. Then meeting my friend at the park where she'd share her vodka-spiked Slurpee and catch me up on all the normal teenage drama I was missing. The night Mom caught me climbing back through my window, she threatened worse punishments, earlier curfews, constant supervision, but I kept leaving. Every successful escape felt like reclaiming a piece of myself. Finally, they got sick of threats and locked me in completely, window and all. By day 3 of being trapped, I was so bored I explored the attic. Everything was covered in dust except one filing box tucked behind old photo albums. Inside were medical files with my name. Autism spectrum disorder, diagnosed age 4, same as Ethan. Page after page of therapy notes and treatment plans my parents discontinued. A letter from my doctor, circled in red. Parents inquired about using patient as companion for sister's similarly diagnosed child, strongly advised against. The date was a week before I started babysitting. They knew why I understood him, why I could calm his meltdowns, why I knew exactly what he needed. They'd used my own condition against me. I heard footsteps on the stairs and shoved everything back, but I'd seen the last document in the box, Ethan's birth certificate with my name listed as the mother. Full story on channel, linked below.